Coming up on Mountain News this morning, people from across the United States came together for a bridge dedication in Magoffin County. And Keeneland held their annual Heroes Day this past weekend, where veterans, active duty military, police, firefighters, and EMTs got in for free with their families. Plus, festivities are cranking up for Halloween, and we went to Clay County Cruisers' 15th annual Halloween Bash, where the fun is for a good cause.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5 o'clock on October 21st. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So if you're just waking up and wondering what it's like outside, it is a little chilly, but let's go to a familiar face. Meteorologist Brandon Robinson is back with us this morning. Brandon, what are we going to see? What are people going to see throughout the day? It is chilly.
It is a little bit chilly, but the main story this morning, Madison, is the fog. Very foggy in a lot of areas this morning. Let's go right to the cameras so you can take a look outside the WYMT studios. Fog settling in here. Patchy, dense fog throughout the morning when I was driving into work around 2 a.m. So just again, that's going to be the trend. Even though you're not seeing that on the sensor network, just kind of keep that in mind that you're going to run into some of that. We also have a dense fog advisory that I'll talk more about here in a little bit. But temperatures right now in the mid to upper 50s for the most part. A couple of spots a little cooler. Out the door forecast on this Monday morning. Well, the clouds are going to increase later today ahead of that cold front, but temperatures unseasonably mild today, 76 for a daytime high. We'll talk more about that and track a cold front coming up in a few minutes. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. It's good to have you back. Well, around 20 people from across the United States came together for a bridge dedication in Magoffin County yesterday. The bridge is in Royalton and is now dedicated to brothers GM3C William Byron Witt and PFC Forrest Witt. William died on the USS Arizona, while Forrest died while defending his platoon from enemy gunfire. Philip Witt is the nephew of the heroic duo. He says this dedication can teach a lesson to many.
You know, World War II, it brought the country together in a way that it had never been before. And, you know, and I think it's really good for us to all learn about that and to reflect on it.
This event is part of a series of bridge dedications taking place throughout Magoffin County to honor our fallen heroes. The next dedication is set to take place sometime next month. And a day yesterday, Keeneland held their annual Heroes Day. Veterans, active duty military, police, firefighters, and EMTs got in for free with their families. Lunch was provided, and kids had some fun as well. Local heroes were honored in the winner's circle at the end of each race. Retired police officer Howard Florence says he appreciates the support from Keeneland and the community.
No, we all really appreciate that. We've always appreciated the support locally in Lexington with the fire department, and of course, obviously, you know, the military that we all are behind. So it's very nice.
Keeneland's fall meet wraps up next weekend with a Halloween theme. There will even be an appearance by the Headless Horseman. And kids, cars, and candy, oh my. Clay County Cruisers' 15th annual Halloween Bash was held in Manchester yesterday afternoon. The Clay County Cruisers is a nonprofit organization that values the fellowship of family and fun, all while showing off their classic old school rides. Despite the weather, kids and adults participated in the costume contest, with $50 for the first place prize and $25 for the second.
It's not that you have an old classic car, it's just be there and want to enjoy life. Cars are a medium to do that.
This event is funded by the Clay County Cruisers with help from the community. Walmart and McDonald's donated candy and toys. And Halloween is still 10 days away, but it was a parade of costumes yesterday at the Louisville Slugger Museum for their annual Home Run Halloween event. Kids in costumes got free admission to the factory tour, which included several stops for trick-or-treating. There was also a children's costume contest, mini bat decorating, and a chance to make fake blood from chocolate. And kids left with a special edition glow-in-the-dark mini bat. What fun! And a young U of L fan got the opportunity of a lifetime at Saturday's game. 4-year-old Alan Norton was selected to help conduct the marching band's halftime show. Norton was born with holes in his heart and had surgery when he was 9 months old. He also has Down syndrome. The band partnered with U of L Pediatrics and Norton Children's Hospital to make the performance possible. And hundreds of people ran a race on Sunday decked out in glitter, rainbows, and a unicorn horn for a young Jessamine County girl. 6-year-old Molly Reynolds is in the early stages of treatment for leukemia. Teachers at Nicholasville Elementary heard about her diagnosis and came up with the idea for a $3K fundraiser. Molly was too sick to be at the race, but her supporters jogged around with smiles on their faces in her honor. Her mom says the nationwide shortage of a common chemo drug is weighing on her mind. Molly's team of doctors and nurses have not had an issue yet, but it could be a major concern down the line because Molly's journey started just a few months ago.
3K, the Crank and Boom 3K in July, and I didn't really know at the time, but Molly had a huge tumor that was blocking her airway and her lungs, and she finished that 3K, and we were really proud of her for doing that.
The first Magical Miles for Molly race raised more than $6,000. The money will help pay for Molly's treatment and procedures. And the Kentucky Humane Society is caring for 14 cats removed from a former cat sanctuary in Tennessee by the Animal Rescue Corps in what's known as Operation Feline Freedom. A total 88 cats were removed from the home. Video shows the conditions where the cats were found, lounging on the counter, stove, just about any service they could find. Many of the cats who came to KHS have upper respiratory and eye infections due to overcrowding. The cats are around 2 years old and very social and loving. Two have already been adopted while others receive medical treatment. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, one pup is proof that not all heroes wear capes after his owners say their dog may have saved their life. We'll have the details.
Storms rolled across the nation's heartland last night, leaving damage in their wake. Will that same system affect us here? I'll have the answer in about 3 minutes.